I'm Will, he, him, and I play Moxie, she, her.
I'm Sarah, she, her, and I play Freya, she, her.
I'm Steve, he, him, and I play Aura, he, him.
I'm Imi, she, her, and I play Amaya, she, her.
I'm Mike, he, him, and I'm playing Eugene Bannatyne, he, him.
I'm Ruthie, she, they, and I play Sentinel/Jax, they, them.
I'm Charlie, he, him, and I'm your DM. We just want to give a huge shout out to our local friendly neighbourhood game store, Cryptic Cabin. They're based in Berkshire, they have a great online store, and they stock loads of top games including Warhammer, Star Wars, Song of Ice and Fire, Dungeons and Dragons, and they have up to 20% off on all games, paints, books, and other modelling equipment. And if you're local, you can pop in and rent a gaming table or a painting station, so go check them out. Okay, so a culmination of many different things happened in last session. It was the ball, the masquerade ball of ancient mysteries. It was to celebrate the return of Duke Debiles to Dustmere, and it went decidedly chaotic. So,
Imogen.
For our podcast listeners, Mike and Emmy are stuffing as many marshmallows in their mouths as they can possibly fit.
Fluffy body!
Wow.
I quit.
So, at the ball, you guys went in with the best intentions to gather intelligence, to possibly take a shot at Julien if the opportunity arose.
I did.
Which you did. And you guys started out well. You were gathering intel, and then it all went awry. Oh my god.
Amy is the chosen one.
In a ritual using a giant coilstone and the worshippers that had been invited to the ball, these commoners, Debiles was turned into a horrific creature resembling bone and gold and a horrible elongated thing. You guys fought in the crowd, all these nobles and people were just pouring out the hall. You guys fought a load of these cultists that arrived. You fought the Graven off, and about halfway through the fight, you knew that someone called the Disciple was going to be arriving at Gaspar's beckoning. And he arrived after you guys had killed the Graven, which he was not happy about. He tried to revive it, but it was unsuccessful. You guys, I think it was almost accidental that Sentinel swiped it with Cloud of Daggers, I think, or something like that.
Sword burst, yeah.
Yeah, the sword burst. And that was the final blow, among many others, including Steve's initial killing blow.
And some double tapping.
And
some hand removal.
Oh yeah, you guys did a great job killing a lot of cultists, saving Clayton. And after the death of the Graven, the Disciple failed in his resurrection of the Graven. He left. He didn't attack, but he gave you a warning. He said, I'm going to actually do that verbatim in case I give you information that you shouldn't have, if I do it off of my memory.
We don't.
Give us
You didn't tell us anything.
He says,
information.
he said that he was weak, that the seals will fall, that the towers will once again light the way for the worthy, and that you lot shall not live to see it.
So he told us to fuck off.
And then he stepped through the slice in space and disappeared. Shortly after that, a few things happened. So Moxie went outside to find Gaspar's body. So actually that's a key point. Julien convinced the Disciple before he left that it was all Gaspar's fault, and the Disciple killed Gaspar by blowing his head off with some strange spell. And Gaspar's body went flying out of one of the windows and landed next to Rindle's in the garden. And Moxie used her mask for the first time, the skull mask from the Prophet of Dust, and spoke to the remnant threads of Gaspar's echo, and asked several questions about lots of things, including who the disciple was, who he worked for. I won't go through everything, but you got some good information from him. At the same time, Aura and Eugene went upstairs to try and find treasure and things.
Can I just say I was on a mission to save people?
Yeah. I mean, you
can say that, but that's not what happened.
You found Mr. Yuld, who was the steward for Duke Debiles.
You spell Yuld for me.
Yes, you saved him. You convinced him to go away and that you were going to call the guards and that everything was safe and you were just checking that the building was intact. And then Aura decided, after speaking to Moxie over message, the box with all the coilstones was trapped. Indeed, it was trapped. He threw an axe at it, set it off.
While the rest of the party were desperately trying to get him to not do it.
Set off the trap,
Completely ignore it.
or at least one of the traps he set off.
Oh no, don't say that. Don't say one off.
Moxie knows about the traps.
I know there's two, but...
Oh no!
Set off one of the traps, which blasted him with a very powerful cold magic, which killed him immediately. And Eugene rushed to resurrect him with a jelly bean.
The last healer.
No, a fisherman's friend.
Fisherman friends, that's right.
Sort of sweet.
The lozenge that spread throughout his body, warming him. I think we left him with this painful, like almost frostbite feeling in your fingers, really painful as your body is warming up again. Amaya was tending to Clayton.
No.
You were outside with Moxie waiting
Yeah, we were
for her.
talking to the dead.
You were talking to the dead, and Jax left pretty much immediately after, I think, the disciple left. So, now that we're all caught up, Sentinel, you leave the mansion, the Debiles estate, and for a moment for a while, it's a long drive and it's just you and the crunch of gravel underfoot. There is, when the moments that you give yourself that are not in your mind, you sense a calm over the city, a strangeness in the air, a feeling around you that something has been averted, and now you kind of stand in this aftermath of something that could have been. And when you reach probably near the gate, you hear a loud boom and a reflection on the things that you're facing your back to the mansion, I imagine. The reflection of blue on some of the items in front of you that are pointing back at the mansion, just for a very brief flash.
That couldn't have been my friends. They're too sensible. I'm sure it was someone else.
As you approach the gate, it is open. It's ajar. There are no guards.
I thought it was a gate.
It's a fuck.
It's my favourite joke.
It is slightly open. And what are you doing? Are you going to continue walking?
Yeah, hang on, I'm just going to do a quick... Yeah, that'll be enough to just go straight home.
Okay. So on your journey through the glitters, I would say pretty soon after you leave the estate, a troop of guards rush past you. One of them, looks at you, but they're part of a large troop, so they don't dilly-dally. They just move straight past you. You hear one of them saying, "Locate Duke Debiles and Gaspar. Rest of you secure the perimeter." And they're gone through the gate.
They'll find out they're dead soon enough. That's fine.
And yeah, you walk the journey back. I think it's about half an hour back to the Mariners Market and to Kaz's.
I think the whole way back there is just this singular one-track mind of trying to get back for the purpose of if she is wearing the ring that I got her, it is probably blinding at this point.
I was about to say, during your journey, you feel a warmth at your finger, and if you were to look down, you would see that of the two bands that are connected by the chains, the one closest is glowing. It's that mauve. Very faintly at your finger, you feel the warmth, as though someone just obviously it's just around your ring, but it is the warmth of another hand. And you make your way to the Mariners Market. You descend the steps between the Coal and Petal and the neighbouring building, and you go down into Kaz's. You have the spare key.
Mm-hmm.
You make your way in, and as you enter, Kaz is sat on the sofa. It's quite late, so she would have been asleep, and you can see glasses around her, half bottle of wine, and she kind of jumps up awake.
I don't say anything, and I'm just kind of not really looking at anything, and I just kind of like take my suit jacket off, and like just let it fall. Like 3 envelopes like kind of fall out of it, and I just start hyperventilating. And for her, that she's only seen me fall apart like this once before, which was the night that Ansel died, and I just crumble onto the floor sobbing.
Okay, she goes over to you immediately, sits with you, puts an arm around you. I don't think she's not saying anything. She's just sat there and just holding you.
And it takes probably about 5-10 minutes to calm down. Oh, I fucked up. That was stupid.
What happened?
Well, first of all, there may now be a slight power vacuum that we created. Not just us. Debiles is dead. Gaspar is dead. Some guy, you remember the guy that set me on fire? He's dead. I'm pretty sure some townspeople are dead. A lot of people are dead.
Where's Moxie?
She's
Dead.
fine. She's fine. I don't know where they are. I got cocky and I took a pop shot at Julien. I'd taken my mask off already because I'd seen Gaspar before and I wanted to intimidate him a little bit, so the game was up. He was already there. He knew I was there, and I took a pot shot at him, and I don't know what he did, but Royce turned up. I don't think it was really Royce.
Wait. Okay.
And I mean, he never hit me, but fuck, whoever that was good with a sword. I tried going back to the subtle house, and he still came there, and I came back, and he.
Don't think about it. It was some spell. It was
Telling me he wouldn't still do that if he could see me now?
we think the bastard's dead, right? May he stay that way. What do you want me to do?
You can't do anything. What can we do, right?
She goes over to the table, picks up a half bottle of wine. Is this the answer? For now?
Yeah.
She takes a swig, gives the bottle to you.
I down a significant portion of it.
Roll a constitution check.
Just a check.
Here, have a small
What
plaster for
was
this
that? Was a
giant
12,
gaping
right?
monster.
So a
Is it a
13.
check or a save? A 13's fine anyway.
Yeah.
It would have been 13
Not the
anyway,
answer.
so.
It's a save, that's fine, yeah. Yeah, for all the kids listening.
As soon as you're 18.
Jesus Christ. Do you want me to go and look for them?
No, they'll be fine. We dealt with everything.
Where are they? I don't.
They're still there.
Okay. Okay. Well, first of all, you can't sit on my porch. So if you can stand up, please.
Fine. I'm not on the porch. I'm in the house, aren't
Well,
I?
you know, you're in front of my door. It's a small place. The area in front of the door is the porch.
Fuck's sake, woman. Yeah, fine.
You have the choice of a sofa or the bed.
Dead.
You can take the wine with you, but if you get it on the sheets, you're cleaning them.
So bossy.
Yeah, I know.
Fine.
I'm not going to go looking for them, but I'm going to go and check something in the ground. If there is a power vacuum, I feel like we need ears to the ground. If you don't want me to go, I'll stay.
Don't go.
Okay. She takes off the jacket that she was kind of half putting on. I'll have to go in the morning though.
It's fine. Don't go.
Okay. And she comes with you into the bedroom.
And like probably for the first time since Ansel died, I get more than like 4 hours sleep. Then I just pass out.
Okay. Back in Debiles' mansion,
Everybody dead.
I would say, Moxie and Freya in the garden. You've just finished up with Gaspar. Yeah, forgot his name for a minute then.
The bloke.
Don't need it, he's dead.
Moxie, you still have the mask on. Mm-hmm. You watch the threads of Gaspar and Gaspar's head fading, going back to the very fresh wound in his neck. You can see it's kind of the horror of his spine and his neck, the hollow of his throat. And you feel the pulse as the threads release from his body, the echo of the man that once was, and carried on that pulse, you hear a voice as though over a large body of water. You hear, Gina, help. And then it reverses, and you hear it again. And each reversal, like a rewind almost, it gets fainter and fainter until it's gone.
Do I recognise the voice?
No, it's far enough away. I said over a long distance. It's that far enough away that it's a voice. It sounds young, but that's all you could get. It's so far away, it's hard to identify.
Is this potentially the same voice I heard?
I would say that's a fair deduction. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
You hear the giant. You don't hear the explosion. There is a the glass erupts out from the window of the top floor, blinding white and blue light. It lights up like the trees, like daylight for a moment, and then it's gone, and the glass rains down.
I think they might have touched it.
Why?
I'm still holding like the peach or whatever it is. Was that how you contacted me?
Oh yeah. Peach.
I like crumble it in my hands.
Oh, thanks.
No, like in the stress, I like clench it.
All right, yeah. Is it a boiled sweet or
No,
is
it's technically a stone, but for
okay.
content, yeah.
You squeeze the sending peach.
We should
Yeah.
probably go check.
Okay, and as you,
Yeah.
what do you do, Maya? You're close to the bottom of the stairs with Clayton.
No, I thought we'd gone down to the kitchen.
We were getting snacks.
Oh, okay.
I was getting food.
All right, yeah. So we'll go to that quick before the explosion.
So you have to describe it again.
This is what happens when everyone spits out.
So I've helped him downstairs, giving him food and something to drink.
Have you got any smoked haddock?
Sorry, smoked haddock.
Yeah.
You're really asking for a bespoke order now.
Oh, this is a rich place. It's good
Okay.
for this kind of stuff.
Is there any smoked haddock?
Oh, I don't know.
No, I'm asking the DM.
I could ask for Oregon.
He's logging on. You can roll a perception check for smoked haddock.
That's a 4 plus 2, I think.
There's a rack of smoked meats and fish, but
Okay, I assemble a plate for him.
Shocking trooper.
Basically,
he's
a
sat on
chocolate
the
treat.
sat on the counter watching you, and he's like, I'll have a bit of that.
I'm gonna bat his hand away. I'm like, you'll get what you're given.
Okay.
Because also that doesn't go with what I'm putting together. So stop.
You know I'm dying, right? Well, like I was, not
Yeah,
like.
you were. You're not now. And also, this will taste better if you have things that work well together.
All right.
If you just put a load of crap on it, it's all gonna taste like shit. Okay.
Okay. All right.
All right. So make that, and then while he's eating it, I'm gonna basically collect up a massive fucking picnic to take back to Glasgow.
Okay. I would say while you're doing the picnic, there's the
Also,
explosion.
are there any of Eugene's desserts left?
Yeah, there's a stack.
I bring all of them for you.
Cool.
And I would say, while you're assembling the picnic, Clayton's digging in to his haddock, and there is the almighty explosion from upstairs.
Oh, no.
Get
All the
wrecked.
pots and pans rattle. Some of the ceiling falls down.
All of the haddock flies off.
Yeah, Clayton drops his plate. The haddock goes over. Oh my! What the fuck was that?
My haddock.
I feel like we should probably get out of here,
Yeah.
pick up the big picnic baskets, and then be like, "Come on, Clayton."
He goes to pick the haddock up for Benny's. He leaves the haddock.
Fat haddock.
Where do you go?
Back up to like the main hall because we knew that.
Into the main hall or up to where they were?
Well, because that was like out. Basically, we'll go towards where Moxie and Freya were.
As you run into the entrance hall, they join you at the bottom of the stairs.
You just hear Moxie going mental.
The explosion was upstairs.
What was that, guys?
It was definitely Aura and Eugene. Not
How?
gonna lie.
I thought we.
Yeah, well, I guess they saw something shiny and they touched it.
Yes!
Do we go find them or do we just leave?
Part of me wants me to let them go and just let them go. But
I mean, we
think
should consider that one or both of them might be dead right now.
we should go at least check on them. I guess.
I said you gone.
Clayton, how are you feeling? Could you hotwire a carriage for us?
I've had my headaches. I'm all right, but I don't know what hot wiring is.
How do you hotwire a horse? Just sticks him up his back.
Give it an apple.
Could you go assemble a carriage?
I can have a look. He goes up
Cool.
to the carriages.
Meet us at the front in 5 minutes.
Okay, as you guys go upstairs, that is when, unless Eugene has anything to input, that's when you're
I'm
avoiding
gonna
him.
start saying what I want to say when they're in earshot.
Yeah, so, okay. They are within
Just
earshot.
hit Aura. Brain of an owl. I know. It's like getting to his feet.
They are within
there you
earshot,
go.
yeah.
So I'm sort of stood above you, making sure you're alright, and once I think you're alright, or are you? He's really breathing heavily and shaking. You nincompoop! I mean, you could have killed yourself, and that could be a supporting wall. I thought you were a surveyor. We're already. This is, it's already structurally compromised, and you're blowing bits out of the wall, Laura.
My bad. Apparently it was trapped.
Yes, I told you it was trapped. Moxie informed me so while she was looking at the structure of the building. And that's completely gone now, isn't it?
Oh, I thought you said it wasn't trapped.
No, I was very clear with my remarks.
Someone's getting another letter.
Well, did it at least work?
I'm just asleep.
Well, I think so.
You could have killed yourself, Aura.
I've had a day, apparently.
I'm gonna hide the slightly crushed pear. That's hidden away.
Do we hear them coming?
Yes, you guys see them. They're in the corridor. It's well lit.
Oh, sorry, you must have heard me swear. I do apologise.
No, let it out. What happened, guys?
Well, I informed Aura here about the sending stones were indeed trapped, as you said, and he threw an axe at it, and then a dagger, no less.
Oh, so we're doing some looting, are we now?
I thought we were trying to save people.
But we don't know whose hands this might fall into.
And Moxie, just because I now don't think I believe that you're a surveyor, have you been looking after the building, making sure it's not compromised structurally? Because Aura told me you were.
No, I've been talking to a dead man.
I have never been more mad.
Yeah, should we get out of here before all of the guards in the Grand come down on us?
What did you blow up anyway?
There's a huge coilstone in there. Well, loads of little cool shards. Do I remember, before I blew the place up, if they were the wire went into them or they were just sat on top of it?
Yes, so let me get up.
Are the stones in one piece as well?
No, so
All over the room.
well, what they were was Sorry.
Well,
Yes.
basically, while you're looking for that, I'm going to shuffle over and pull out a slightly squashed chocolate pudding and hand it to Eugene to try and calm him down.
Oh, thank you. This will hopefully help.
Take some deep
You
breaths.
just need some chocolate in
Eat
your
the chocolate. Taste the whiskey.
Yes,
Sorry.
yes.
So,
More oil later.
We're getting
I don't know if anyone's going in the room or are you just recalling what it looked
I'm
like?
just trying to recall because there was something I wanted to do.
So when you recall, and Moxie would remember as well, it was a roughly a foot cubed glass cabinet, and inside there was lots and lots of tiny coil shards and a couple of big coil stones, and each one of them was propped up on these very thin wires, and it was kind of like that was what was creating the three-dimensional shape, a bit like when you put together a fossil and it created that larger shape of like a sort of twisted seed or something like that. That was what was there.
Yeah.
What's that now?
Are you looking in?
I want
Yeah.
to look in. I want to like.
Yeah,
legend
might as well.
through.
Okay,
Yeah.
so the room is completely covered in rime and frost.
So it's still some
spilling
room
out
there.
of the door. Yeah, the desk has been destroyed.
Is there a body in it?
But everything is covered in frost, glistening. It's dry. It's frozen every bit of moisture in the room, and as you step through, crunching on the snow and ice, you get back to the cabinet, and all of the panels have been destroyed, and it was a radius of damage that ripped up the walls, out the window, in 3 dimensions. And there is nothing there on the top of the cabinet. So you can see from a distance, initially, I don't know if anyone's approaching, there is now the dark wood cabinet, and there is no glass on top, and there is no core stones on it.
I have a quick question. Would Amaya have ever seen snow before?
Or
Yes.
never has seen snow?
Oh, okay.
You probably would.
I'm going to build a snowman while this is going on.
Nice. Very nice. Very nice.
If I see what Amaya's doing, I might use... it says dirt or stone, but can I use mould earth to pile up some of the snow?
Sure. I won't.
It's not.
No, I say if it was, you'd have to use water. Yeah.
Mold
Yeah. Okay, so is anyone inspecting it, or are you going to leave it?
Respect it very much.
Yeah, so
Okay.
Yeah. I'm going to have a look around as well.
You can either both roll investigation checks, or one of you can with advantage.
I'm gonna look down the corridor, looking for guards inevitably coming.
Roll a perception check. Am I roll a survival check?
Survival?
Yes.
Oh,
Can
no.
someone keep a lookout?
I was, yeah, but I didn't roll.
Okay. Investigations.
19.
Eugene, what are you doing?
I was investigating as well.
Okay, so yeah. Oh, you rolled as well.
Yeah, we rolled singly.
Okay. 19.
24.
15.
Okay.
Oh, so I did what you were. Sorry.
That's all right. Okay. Yes. Anyone above an 18? What did you get? Have you gone?
7.
It's a snow potato.
It's food, I'm taking it.
I was going to say, that's like perfect for him.
So, Aura, you're a little bit baffled by what's happened. For a moment, you think, "Oh fuck! It's literally scattered them everywhere, and there's bits of coil stone in the walls, and maybe in me." But you two see that on the top of the surface where the wires were protruding, or where you were told the wires were protruding, there are these tiny circles in the surface, and it looks as though potentially whatever was there is retracted inside. And there are
Did you say there was another trap?
Yes, I did, yeah.
there are 4 tiny coil shards on the top with snapped wires that are resting on top of the flat.
I would like to take them very carefully.
Okay.
In a cloak or something. Wait. Actually, can I touch this?
I have no idea.
Yeah.
As well.
I mean, I could.
Tap, you're right.
This one's a better one.
I sensed that there were 2 traps here. But yeah, you said it was like there's. I sensed it. Yeah, I could tell there were 2 traps here, but maybe he'd set them both off at the same time.
It was
I
a
don't
pretty
know.
big explosion,
Can I look
Roxy, perhaps.
specifically for another trap?
Sure. Roll an investigation check for traps. What was your perception?
Die.
3.
Yeah, you get immediately drawn into what's going on in the room.
Sounds way more exciting.
I'm just seething
Which
as
one
well.
was
Investigation.
23.
I'm feeling no bug.
You see that these coil shards that are on top, they are about 6 millimeters, crescent shapes, and they have got tiny wires that have been glued on with some kind of resin, and those wires have snapped, and they are just resting on the top. They're not connected to anything mechanically. It looks to you like they're not if they were part of a trap, they're not mechanically connected to anything now. There are 4 of these tiny coil shards.
Okay, well, I'll take those.
Okay, how do you do it?
Carefully.
You scoop them off.
With something, I scoop them off using, like, I don't actually. No, I do have a weapon with like mace or whatever.
With a mace.
I don't have a dagger or something.
There's a dagger on the floor somewhere. And an axe.
Yeah, you take them off.
Oh, what are you doing?
Just taking my dice out of the box.
I sweep them off, and if nothing happens, I step back.
Yeah.
Nothing happens, then I'll pop
You
it.
have 6 coil shards,
Yeah,
and
boy.
they're around what equivalent of 1 carat. So they're about 200 gold each.
I told you it was worth it.
I mean, he's not entirely.
Or you almost died. In fact, you were dead until I came over and resurrected you. Well, it's not a resurrection. So
We could.
I mean,
I
Aura's
might
not
be
in
able to
Foxy's
lift
face.
the other ones up. But we should probably back
Isn't
away.
it attached to the ground?
No, but the stones then, inside. If they're just sat on the wires.
Oh, you want to pull the wires like up?
Not the
I don't
wires,
think I
just
understand this.
let's just back up.
So at the moment it's a stand, like a solid, like darkwood stand. The glass cube was resting on top, and it had the coil stones propped up on wires.
Yeah.
And when whatever happened, those have retracted inside the stand
Okay.
and then resealed it. So it's now basically just like there's no top, there's no glass. It's just a stand, darkwood solid stand.
and we can just see them inside.
No, you can't see anything. You can see the outline of the circles where they would have retracted down through, and then they've been covered again.
Oh,
As like a defense
I
mechanism.
thought like the hole was still.
Oh, I see. No, it's resealed. Yeah, my bad.
I think this box has more secrets than you gave credit to, or I think we should probably leave this alone now.
Yeah, I'm pretty tired. I don't have the means to.
I can't bring you back now.
I've made a snow potato. I'm bored. Can we leave?
And I would say, with that, there are.
That guild
Okay.
have stuff stolen. Maybe they would be interested in looking into this. Also, I think
We can let them know. about it.
Yuld was taking something from the office when we found him.
Well, if he was, the evidence is gone now. What's up?
I would say you hear. Well, no, Frey, you hear footsteps in the oval hallway, and
Might be time to go.
guards.
If anyone asks, it was Julien. He was trying to steal it and we stopped him.
What are you guys
He got
doing?
blown out a window.
We should. We're gonna go. Are they in the hallway or in the bottom hallway?
They're in the. They're in the. They've walked in through the front door. They're at the base of the stairs. You hear people running in different directions. People running up the stairs now at this moment.
Oh, everyone good to go? Let's go.
Just everyone look panicked and just run away.
Okay.
Confidence,
Just run
guys.
through them.
Yeah.
Okay.
I pick up my bags of food. Just run.
Are we on? Are we only one story up? Oh, window.
Should we jump out the window?
It's about 20 foot.
Amaya's
I
already
haven't got
started
my
to run
rope.
down the stairs.
It's about 20 feet down.
I haven't got my rope.
Maybe
I use that for
15.
an
How
escape.
much? What is full damage?
It is 1d6 per
10
10 feet. So you take. You take. No, you wouldn't. I didn't say it was not. It's not quite 20 feet. So you take 1d6.
I can
Amaya's
Let's
take
go.
it.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're
You can
going to
roll
take it.
acrobatics.
Let's go.
Roll your. I would say. It's going to take you a couple of. It's going to be close.
I've already run out and I'm running.
Is everyone just
downstairs.
going for it, or is anyone going to be?
Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
I'm jumping out the window.
I
If we're
don't
jumping
think,
out the
I
window.
don't think Eugene's going to be jumping out a window, so I'll go
He's
with,
only little.
Maya.
Oh, you're not going. You're going
No,
downstairs.
I've already run out
Okay,
and I'm
yeah, I
not
would've
running back
followed.
downstairs.
Okay.
Oh wait, I look at the window, and then I realise that we left a bunch of stuff in the hallway, and I go out the same way as mine.
Roll an athletics or acrobatics check.
Oh man, I was really
And you said you would.
I was thinking it. Yeah, now I'll go. I brought it up, so I'll go to the window as well.
Okay, acrobatics or athletics?
You sneaky little waves.
Not bad.
11.
Okay.
13.
DC was 12, so you take 1d6 bludgeoning.
Oh, well.
You were completely full hit points.
Yeah.
4 bludgeoning damage. So you
Get
or
angry and heal yourself.
yeah, or you grab a bunch of papers that are covered in frost off of the desk. You chuck them on the. You use them as like a grip for the shattered glass. You vault over and you roll as you hit the grass. Moxie, you do the same thing with the papers, but your hand slips, and as you're defending, you lose your balance slightly and you land a little bit on your side. You roll, but you hit your side on the grass. Takes 4 bludgeoning damage. You guys are in the garden.
Grab her hand and help her up.
You're on the same side,
Thanks, Laura.
rear of the property.
The rope's this way. We're meeting them back at Drummond's old house, wasn't it?
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
I'll say that you guys had a conversation about it if you want to decide where you're going to go.
I think we did before we went.
We did before we left, yeah.
Um,
I'm a little worried about Sentinel, though.
Okay, Coal and Petal?
Yeah, I think she's probably more likely to have just gone back to Kaz's.
Let's go there.
Okay.
About the traps, it's my first day.
And with that, you run off towards the wall.
Oh, don't worry, you got yours coming.
It's prank time.
Okay, you guys. So you run out of the office and you're in the hallway.
Basically, with confidence, just leaving.
Okay.
Like
Yeah,
the
I'm
confidence
gonna-
of someone picking up a TV from Argos and just walking out.
Yeah, I'm just
Very nice.
I don't think I'm going to be quite as casual.
Okay.
I may be. I look like someone trying to be casual, but just forgotten how to be casual.
Okay, so you're going to purposefully fail the performance check.
I think Eugene would be too flustered. I don't want to be that
I'm
guy,
not saying
but-
that's a respectable choice.
Gotta respect the
You
break.
guys are all performance checks.
I'm really good at those.
Are you?
No. Wow. 15.
Okay.
Natural 20.
Nice.
Plus 2, so 22.
That's a very Amaya
Okay.
in this moment. The
Yeah,
dice
so
were like, yeah, no, that's fine.
2 successes and a purposeful failure. So you guys walk out of the room, you turn left to go towards the top of the stairs, and a couple of guards in the beige of the kind of faux city guard. There's not really a city guard in Dustmere, but they're kind of pretending to be that. They walk up and they're like, oh, excuse me, are you all right?
Yeah, we're fine, bye.
Okay. Were you guests at the party, or are you?
Yep,
Yes.
You were guests. Okay, and
There
he
was
sees
a
you
really
dressed.
loud noise that way.
Loud noise.
Yeah.
Well, like
Boom.
a boom.
Probably heard it.
Oh yeah.
I don't know what it was.
All right. And he grabs 2 guys. They run in. If you could just make your way down to the front of the property.
Thank you. I curtsy.
In your ball gown.
He nods his awkward bow, runs into the office. Fucking hell. You guys make your way downstairs.
Is Clayton outside with a carriage?
No, he's outside though. He's talking to the guards. They're kind of harassing him a little bit.
Everything okay here?
This guy's being a bit of a dick.
That does sound like you redid it over there.
Bit of a dick. And the guard's kind of arguing with him. He's like, look, so we just need to check. You were saying you're staff here, you're working here, and they're just arguing about that, basically.
Sorry, what's the argument about? I'm confused.
We're just checking that everyone's all right. We're checking that people were supposed to be here.
Yeah, he was supposed to be here.
Okay, and who are you?
I am the chef.
Okay. You rolled a 22,
And she's running out with baskets
and you've
of
got baskets of
food.
food. Okay. Right, well, you stay here. We're going to have to document everyone that's leaving the property at this point. Can I take your names, please?
Oh, see, we're on a really tight schedule, so
I'm just hyperventilating.
What is it that happened here?
there was a big boom,
Yeah.
and there was a flash of light, and now we're leaving.
And there was all the guests have left.
Oh, you mean before?
Yeah.
The...
Before the boom,
Oh, I mean, that was...
Look,
We were working.
we were just working.
Yeah. We're in
Right.
a different room.
And you're working through some kind of horrific attack.
Well,
There's-
we were in the kitchen.
There's bodies in there. There's like a lot of bodies.
Bodies in there!
What?
In the kitchen.
Bodies in the kitchen.
Roll deception checks with advantage. I would say you've been. As in like
In.
I'm so confused.
15.
Morgan, no!
What was it? Sorry.
Deception.
Perception.
My organ's dead?
16.
Okay.
Did you want one from me as well?
You can if you like. I would say not with advantage though. If you, it's
Oh, okay,
it's
there
up
you
to
go.
you though. Oh no, if you roll, go for it. You were part of it. They were helping.
So, not with advantage.
No, you can.
Okay, because I rolled a 19 with advantage.
Yeah,
last
okay.
time, so.
So you just gasped at it as well, I guess. Okay. If you, Mr. And the guy's like, Clayton, he's like, you stay here with, look after this, you're a member of the guard. We'll have to come back. Oh, okay. And he runs off. He goes to find, you see him gathering up with the house captain Harold, the
Can we make
dwarf
an
guy.
exit right now?
You can
Should we
if you
just like
want.
start to slowly edge back and then just fucking leg it?
Yeah. Clayton's like, no carriages. All gone.
That's fine. Just move.
All right, stealth
I'll
checks.
give you more smoked haddock if you move.
It's just like a duck tree.
But why are we just told to stay here?
Ignore them. They don't know what they're talking about.
It's dark out, so
Someone just put Eugene on their shoulders.
Nice.
Clayton, all right.
3 15s in a row.
Okay.
Nice.
15.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Natural
15's
20
the
for
new
22.
Very
20.
nice.
13.
Okay, that's the only failure. Clayton got 14, and DC was 14. So you guys,
My baskets are slowing down.
yeah, you guys dragging on the gravel.
Just dropping food behind you.
Yeah, but you for a moment you're sneaking, and the bags catch the gravel with a hiss. But the other guys are behind you. They move you onto the grass, and everyone moves onto the grass. It's like very brown grass, and you move off through towards the gate, and you make your way out. There are no guards at the gates, and you make your way through the glitters. It's very quiet, eerily quiet, and the same with Jax. As you're walking, this is the kind of calm, and you definitely feel as though you averted something horrible tonight. That you stopped something happening that could have been very bad, and it's this. You're kind of in the space that catastrophe would have existed in right now, and it's eerily calm as you're making your way
I know
back.
if we didn't fix Rorigan's menu, it would have been a catastrophe.
Yeah, I agree. I entirely agree, Eugene.
So are you going to the coal and petal?
Yeah, we went there for that conversation though. That Moxie just had with Aura.
I was saying that it was like you. I was just kind of like going back for that because you guys would have had a conversation about
Oh,
it.
right,
Yeah.
before.
Yeah.
We'll go
We,
there
we
first.
shouted it as we jumped out the window.
We'll carefully go there first.
Okay. So you guys make your way to the coal and petal. Moxie, are you going to Kaz's or are you going to petal?
No, I know. Yeah, I'm going to Kaz's. Yeah.
Okay.
Because I know.
You're gonna have to knock on the door,
Yeah.
though.
Oh yeah, that's the
Yeah.
point. Yeah. So you knock. I would.
I'm dead to the world.
Yeah, I would say Kaz would answer. She lets you in. She's been on edge, I guess. She hugged you, lets you in.
Or it's just going to slink away into the coal and petal before he gets a dressing down from Moxie.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Is Jax here?
Yeah, she's okay.
Oh, thank God.
She's sleeping.
Yeah, no, yeah, she.
They.
Sorry, yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah, no, they took it. Yeah, they had a rough time.
Yeah.
We
well,
all did.
You ready to sleep as well?
Yeah, no, definitely sounds good.
I'm gonna sit up for a bit, but
Okay.
get some rest. Okay. And anyone else? What is anyone doing anything before bed? I'd say it's late, so you're getting on for midnight, but
Just walk in with all of our food.
Any food that needs to be stored in any sort of refrigerator thing.
they don't have a fridge.
Do they not have like
They have a cold storage, it's like a safe in the ground, but
That's-
it's not.
anything that needs to go in cold storage is
Okay.
going to go in there.
Well, you go into the kitchen. You unlock their
Who's
cold
working?
store.
Grumpy would absolutely
It's
go out.
empty.
Come on.
No, it's empty. There's no one on duty. It's late enough that they would have
You can put a little sign
till
on
we-
it.
You would have keys actually, wouldn't you? Because you get given late night keys, so you would have a key to enter. And there's no one on duty at the moment.
Do we do this now or in the morning?
What?
Work out what just happened.
Definitely in the morning. Can I just check that Jax is back before I go to bed?
Yeah. Okay. So
I
you go
just-
around with
I knock on the
Moxie.
door as well.
Yeah. Kaz opens. You okay? And you ask.
Sentinel here.
Yeah. She says that she is. Yeah.
Thank fuck.
Yeah.
Tell her about breakfast.
Moxie's in as
Tell her
well.
about breakfast.
Yeah, we're gonna have a debrief and breakfast in the mornings.
Here.
And we did say that we were going to try and have Farrow
Farrow.
over for brunch.
You did, but then Eugene also gave him a fucking telling off.
That's also true. We'll see if he turns up.
I've been an angry little man for a while now.
Brunch later?
Down in here.
Upstairs.
Are you sure that's safe?
Nope.
I think you should come here, but I'm not anyone's boss.
We can come down here. We'll bring a picnic.
Okay. She seems more nervous than normal.
Okay.
Okay.
Do I know how much a bottle of whiskey is at the bar?
Yeah, you probably would actually. I'll check. It would probably be about 15 gold.
Okay, so I'm
Bottle.
gonna take a bottle of whiskey and I'm gonna put 20 gold where the bottle of whiskey was,
Oh,
and then
down the whole thing.
uncork it and take a big swig.
Okay. Roll a con save.
That should be fine. Oh, it's over 20.
Nice. Yeah. Down the hatch.
Oh, 19.
It's hot. It's actually quite nice whiskey. Very caramelly. The oak really comes through. Okay.
Yeah.
You're taking it to your room.
Oh yeah, because at this stage I don't know the plan, so I'm just going to the room.
As everyone's splitting up, I did get some gold, and I pull out 175 gold. I'll split it up, so everyone, including Clayton, gets 25 each.
Nice.
Did
He's
we
for the
have
whiskey.
that last time? Because
No,
we-
No, it was a
Sorry,
separate one.
cool.
Was this the gold that Moxie left behind that you took?
No, I gave that to Eugene. It was the
I got
gold
some
up.
gold back, but then Aura found other gold.
So it was
Yeah.
25, right?
25 gold each.
Yay.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna pass the fuck out.
Okay. Clayton's gonna just like sit down on one of the chairs in the lobby.
Oh, I go up to Aura and I give him some whiskey.
Thanks.
Don't kill yourself again, please.
I'll try. Our brain, I know. And I'll just take a swig.
I'm not gonna make you guys roll unless you want to get real drunk.
No, he's just
No.
gonna have a quick drink and then
Okay.
goes to sleep.
Clayton's gonna just sleep in the chair in the lobby.
I'm gonna bring him a blanket, tuck him in.
Jeez.
Pat on the head.
Smack his hand.
But yeah, he's got really wiry hair. Just springs back.
I'm gonna be like, this is bouncy.
Cheers.
I'll let you sleep now, and then maintain the eye contact to like back away into the darkness to creep him out a little bit.
He just gives you a wink and then goes to sleep.
Also, I remember in one of the first episodes you said he was ginger.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
Poor guy.
Yeah, he's pretty tanned actually. After
Not
he's
just,
covered in
like, bright
freckles. Yeah. Okay. Is anyone doing anything, or are they just going to sleep?
Sleep.
Sleep.
Yeah, and yeah, just go and check on Sentinel, yeah.
Yeah, she's fast asleep. Well, you're fast asleep. I don't know if that's changed.
Unless you want to wake me up, that's your choice.
Just go and pat their hair, give them a kiss on the forehead, and then and go back to my room.
Okay.
Can I try and go to the...
Words.
Can I try and go in the God's Lantern real quick?
Okay. So, are you going to bed? Or are you sitting up?
No, I've gone to bed. I've freaked out, guys.
So you're in the room with Maya.
Oh, did
my
you
nightly
go? Did you
ritual.
come and grab us, or are you still downstairs?
No, I went back up.
Oh, okay, cool.
So you're doing it in,
I
in
let
the
them
room.
know the chance
Okay.
back. Yeah, but yeah,
Okay.
just me.
So you sit with the God's Lantern. There it is. And You enter without any problems. It's that sort of asymmetrical sphere with lines running over it that have that glow of different colours. And as you hold it, it's heavy. You close your eyes and you enter very easily now. You've got a strong connection with this thing. And there's no barriers, you just easily pass through whatever was there before. And you appear in a familiar realm of this nexus tree that stands on the horizon. Lots of these threads that coil and spread up and below branches and as roots. And there's this wet stone on the floor that runs forever. There's puddles, there's lakes, it's all flat. But you stand on it weightless, and as you would on stepping on stone or on water, you're completely weightless. And then in the darkness, beyond the tree and beyond the threads, there's no stars, there's no moons, there's no colour, it's just darkness. But you see the odd shooting star or a streak every now and again, and in the odd intervals, gouts of air seem to bubble up from the water in the puddles, and they boil up and release into different clots of mist and that drift in bigger drifts of fog. And you feel much more real in this place now, and you feel yourself lifting off the ground. And you look down at your arm, and the thread that once went through you is now wrapped around your arm, and it moves with you, and you can see it run off towards the tree, and you're effectively flying in this place.
Are there any other threads near me?
Yes, so you could absolutely travel to one that are closer. They go off in all different directions.
Are there any that are sort of quite close to me?
Sure.
That look like this?
Well, you could see the closest one, and you move in that direction. Mm-hmm. You're moving at I might as well tell you, you're moving at the pace of your wisdom.
Okay.
So you're flying at your wisdom, and so 18, yes?
No, I'm very wisdomous.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've got 20.
So so 20, and you're flying along at that pace, and a thread you get right up to it.
Is it different from the one on my arm?
Slightly, yeah. So it's hard to say, but it's almost, if you were to look at it, it's very complex. There are almost spider silk thin threads within it, and they make up a rope that's tangled, and it just pulses off into the distance. You might be able to tell them apart, I guess. I would say, what are you trying to achieve?
I just want to see if there's any way of telling them apart. Yeah.
I think you could, yes, you could after a while of kind of comparing them, but you know that when you were following yours, that was a very much will of, roll a wisdom check with proficiency, because this isn't really about religion.
+2. Wait, how many levels?
Proficiency. Oh no, we won't have leveled up by this point.
So it's still +2.
So it's 23.
Okay. When you were following the thread that was kind of passing through you, it was very much a kind of curiosity and a will. I want to know what this thing is. Mm-hmm. I want to know and understand. It was almost like you didn't know what this drowned man that you used to call it is or was, but you just knew you wanted to seek it out. And that was what kind of propelled you down it. And so even though visually it's not that, it would be hard to tell them apart from a distance, you do know that you might be able to seek things. It could potentially be that you seek things out by willing yourself there to these things.
Can I will myself to do Nessus threads?
Okay. Roll a... I kind of do it again. I'd say roll a wisdom check with proficiency.
This is not so good. 13?
Yeah, so it takes you a while. You're not obviously sure how long the time passes in this place, but you move towards the thread, and it feels right. And as you get closer, there is a slightly different colour to it. There's a yellow, there's an orange, the colours of dawn maybe, but it's very difficult to see visually, but you feel it. And it almost feels a bit like the first times you went to the chorus when you were young. There's a feeling about it. I don't want to say it's a kind of a vibe, but it is. It's a feeling that you remember. And you find that thread. It takes you a while, maybe half an hour or so, and you find it. What do you do? You're kind of with it now, and you see it travelling off in one direction and then back to the tree in the other.
Okay. I kind of look at the one wrapped around my arm for a sec, and then I look at the Juness one. Well, the one I think maybe feels a bit more like Juness. And then I exit the lantern.
Okay.
I'm gonna touch it.
Yeah. Okay. You exit.
We've had enough accidents for one day.
Quiet you.
And you appear on the bed, or wherever it was you were sat, and the lantern pulses gently, warm to the touch. And that's it.
Very interesting. To me.
One thing I would say is when you were following the thread before, it was away from the tree.
Yeah.
So just so that we're clear on that, you went in the direction of to find your thread with the tree at your back. So it was like the other way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just the tree.
Okay. So the morning arrives.
Shall we roll? Hit dice.
Yeah, roll your hit dice, please, everybody.
Hit die.
I accidentally gave myself 7 levels of paladin.
Swole.
Sorceress, please.
Yeah, please. Do you guys want to run around if you're ready to say what you're leveling up? And we'll just say what you're taking a level in.
Warlock.
Warlock.
Yeah,
And I got a 3 on my hit dice.
3. Not bad.
Still not at 30 yet, but I'm close.
yeah, another level of wizard, and I rolled a 4 this time instead
very
of
nice.
2. Which is,
Same.
yeah.
Oh no. Reroll 1s.
It's a 1. Okay, good. Well, I rolled a 4.
Okay, that's alright.
That's halfway. So, plus my constitution.
Mhm.
And I'm taking a level in Warlock. No, I'm kidding.
Oh fuck!
How was your patron? You need
Okay.
to do it in a bit E.
Aura?
I'm taking another level in paladin, and I rolled a 10.
Nice. Very nice.
So plus 14 hit points.
Damn.
How?
Fighter. No. Artificer, and I rolled a 7. So I've got 45 hit points now.
Taking another level in fighter, so I need to add another 3, so I've now got 52 hit points.
Oh my god.
Damn. Okay, so are you guys going to head down into Kaz's?
To collect breakfast.
We're already there.
I've woken up early, I have made breakfast, I've also made breakfast for Grumpy or Friendly, whoever's working that morning. And then I've cleared out the stuff so I'm not storing food there. So I'm not going to like take the absolute piss, but I will leave them, and I'll leave a little note that says,
Friendly's there now.
oh okay, I'll be like,
Meredith.
here you go,
Meredith is there now.
here you go Meredith, there's some breakfast
Morning,
for
love. Oh, thank you. That's kind of you.
you. And I've left some food for the other one. In the cold store.
Tala.
Tala, I've left some food for Tala for when she gets in for her shift. It's in the cold store.
Oh, she really like that.
Yeah, I'm sure she will.
Thanks. Well,
I've not stored anything there, so you let her know that I'm not taking the piss.
that's all right. And she walks off to one of the rooms.
Speaking of taking the piss,
Clayton's asleep in the corner.
Still.
I go up and just be like, oh, I bought some whiskey, but there was nobody at the bar, so I left some gold where the bottle was.
That's what that was. And she's like, the gold is still on the side. I didn't want to take it, but you sure you want to buy the whole bottle?
Oh yes, I've already drunk out of it.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Thanks
So
for your
I've
honesty.
never done anything quite like that before. I know it's a bit unusual to buy something at in a closed
That's all right.
tavern, but yes.
I don't care. She winks and puts it in the the drawer and ties
Was
it up.
it the correct amount? I wasn't too sure. So
Well, actually, it was a bit more. Do you want some change?
I wonder. I tell you what, you this place has been so good to us.
No.
Keep it as a tip.
Are you sure?
Oh yes.
It was 5 gold.
No, it's fine. Don't worry.
It's a generous tip.
I'm a generous kind of guy.
Bless you. And she walks off to the to tend to some rooms or something. But what I would... Oh, go on. I won't interrupt.
Eugene,
Yes.
you know Clayton's asleep over there.
Yes.
Should we play a prank to wake him up?
What sort of prank do you mean?
I don't know, he kept
It's
going
like,
about
you're
smoked
woken
haddock.
up now.
So we could, like, I don't know, give him a little tap on the face with some smoked haddock.
So just to clarify, so I understand this prank fully. The prank is to hit him around the face with some fish,
Yes,
with some smoked fish.
yes.
And won't that hurt Clayton?
I don't think so. No. I'm not gonna hit him that hard.
Okay, I'll tell
You
you-
can hit him if you want. If you're nervous of me,
Oh,
like,
I tell you what, I'll observe and make notes.
okay.
Okay.
I generally get my book out, my notebook, and
You're going to slap him with the fish.
What's the little tap?
It's a dried fish as well. It's really leathery.
Yeah, like a little.
He's like... He's from a mouth breathing, like...
No, I'm not gonna put the fish in his mouth. I give him like a little tap on the face with the
Yeah,
smoked haddock.
okay. Oh, what the fuck?
You asked for smoked haddock yesterday.
What the fuck?
Going on about one
I
smoked
believe
haddock.
you've been the victim of a very amusing prank, Clayton. There's just me with a notebook writing notes.
Okay.
I'm just still holding
He
this
takes the
fish out
fish.
to him.
He takes the fish tentatively, puts it on the table.
You should have seen your face.
It's greasy.
Oh.
Good for your skin. We're heading out for breakfast, and I'm not sure if we're allowed to tell you where we're going, but
I'll just follow you. You don't have to tell me anything. He gets up.
He's been in before.
okay, that's
Cass does
all right.
not like it. But he has been in
I'm gonna
before.
go for a whiz.
All right. Enjoy.
Goes around the side of the building.
He goes to the toilet.
It's an inn. There's like an outhouse nearby.
Okay.
I thought you just meant
We're really going to roleplay. That's horrible.
No, he goes to the bloody outhouse.
Stands on the bar.
Yeah. While you're collecting stuff up from the kitchen, though, Maya, you hear a murmuring again. From your, I imagine you're still carrying your sword, right?
Oh yeah.
You hear a murmuring, but it's not quite the vibration of the steel. It's almost like leaves over steel, like a ringing of very faintly carried on the wind. What do you do? Do you ignore it? Do you carry on? Do you do something with your sword? I don't know.
I'm gonna pick up my sword and hold it to my ear.
Okay.
Seems dangerous.
Yeah, it's coming from the sword and it fades the moment you start listening to it. It's very
Does
gentle.
it look any different?
No.
My, what's going on?
I think I'm going absolutely crazy.
I'm not
That's what's
crazy,
going
Maya.
on. My sword is making noises.
You might be crazy, Emily. Has this happened before? Have you told us about the...
I don't think I have, no.
Okay.
But it has happened before, hasn't it?
The sword
Yeah.
is rung twice, once on the boat and then in the...
Yeah, but I just don't know if you have
Yeah.
told us or not. You're
No,
saying
I
you
don't
haven't.
think I have.
Okay. Well, swords don't, unless you sort of touch it and then the vibrations make a noise, yes, but
It does it itself. Like it rings.
can I hear anything? I can't hear a noise. I would never call you crazy, but maybe.
Wow.
Thanks, Eugene. Thanks.
I don't think you're crazy though. Maybe it's the wind, maybe. Maybe you're hearing something from the market.
Maybe. But there aren't really any leaves here, are there?
No, trees wouldn't do particularly well out here. No.
I'm
Yeah, it's fine.
adding absolutely
I
no
sort-
context to that.
Just tap my whiskey bottle. No, it's not this noise, is it? No, I can't hear anything, sorry.
That's okay.
You carrying the whiskey bottle around with you at 9 o'clock in the morning.
Just making noise of it.
You do special drink.
Okay, so you guys head down to Kaz's. Clayton follows you.
Before that, I would have set up alarm.
Oh yeah.
But it would trigger. It's not going to trigger. It's only going to trigger when aura.
Over the threshold of the house. Okay.
Yeah. Well, walks into like the main room.
All right, but yeah, okay. So you hear the knock on the door.
Yeah.
Or someone does. I imagine Kaz probably does because she's been kind of anxious and awake, so she lets people in.
Yeah. But then also, I would have got some water, and I would have used shape water to freeze it and make snowballs.
Okay, what in your hands? Like
Yeah.
Okay, so you got snowballs.
Yeah. And I'm just sitting on the desk with my feet up, just waiting.
in the main room.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Do you do you let Kaz come and answer the door, or do you answer the door?
I'll let Kaz answer.
Okay.
I'm waiting.
All right. Okay. What are you doing?
I'm waiting for someone. Actually, I'm waiting for Aura.
I'm not getting involved. She opens the
Yeah,
door.
I'll clean up anything.
All right. She opens the main door. She lets you guys into the airlock, and then she opens the door into the main room and walks in first. And I guess the alarm goes off when Aura steps through.
Yes. Yeah.
See the ringing in your mind of Aura stepping
And I've
in.
made it an audible one so everyone can.
Okay.
Who had been listening? What the fuck is happening?
What does it sound like? Like a bell?
Yeah, it's just a bell ring.
A bell ringing?
Yeah.
Does it sound like my sword?
Maybe a tiny bit.
I kind of like look at my sword and
What the fuck is that?
Look out, Aura! It's a trap. And I throw a snowball at him.
Before you throw the snowball, you say it's a trap. I just go,
What's it?
That's nearly a nat 20. What's this going to be? My dex, probably. Yeah.
Yes, flash of death.
That's so
Yeah,
upsetting.
it's only a 9.
you hit me by mistake.
yeah, you hit your cheek on the shoulder.
It's only 9 to hit, but yeah.
Do I take damage?
No, it's a snowball.
Ow! Moxie, why did you throw a snowball at me?
I'm sorry, you weren't the intended target.
who was the intended target?
Kays will shift her brains over there.
Oh, you crossed her. Oh, you crossed her. Oh, boy. I've been on the receiving end of this many a time.
See, or not only I wasn't mad when I woke up, but now I am. I've got snow on me. So not only do I have to heal you up, I've now taken a snowball from you.
And I dragged you to safety from the bar we were in.
What the fuck is going on?
Yeah,
Oh, that bars.
Yeah.
For a second.
Can we... It's far too early for this.
just a minute, Aura, can you have a seat, please?
Ross has a cigarette.
I will not sit on a chair. I will sit on the floor because I'm afraid of the legs falling.
That was smart, yeah.
I'll have a cigarette and just be like, just smoke this until it's over.
I start handing out plates of food.
Wait for
Don't
it.
tempt me.
So, Aura, what part of Moxie says it's a trap? Don't touch it. Didn't you understand?
Eugene said it's not a trap.
That I would.
Is this
no.
true?
Well, of course not.
happening?
I very clearly said what you told me.
Talking about?
I said it was trapped.
Oh, there was an incident.
What did you do?
What did you do? I couldn't get into it, so what did you do?
We found a lot of coil shards. Like they were assembled like this kind of seed. And we thought it would be best not to let it fall into anyone else's hands.
Well, I
So,
believe
yeah.
Moxie's already found those coil shards. That was the
Okay.
trap that Moxie was talking about, and then I subsequently told you.
Oh, that's the trap.
Well, what did you believe it was? Sorry,
I thought it was
know
on the
Moxie.
door
Sorry,
or something.
your question is perfect, but just to help, you thought it was the door that
Yeah.
we had already opened.
Ladies, anyone for a cigarette?
I'm going to the conspiracy ward.
I don't care about it, but I'm joining you.
I'm eating.
I do need a new sword.
Yeah, well, yeah, we can arrange that at some point, I'm
I can
sure.
give you a long
Oh,
sword
did you?
right now, my man, if you want one.
Oh, did you pick up the dagger that you used of mine that you threw against the glass?
Also, that's how you
crossbow
triggered
as well.
it.
Oh yes, there was the axe first, and that didn't work. So I thought, I'll try again with my, I mean, granted, I did give him the dagger.
I was enabled.
Well,
I have a swig of whiskey.
But the main thing is, no one got hurt.
that's true. I mean, I'm
Not lastingly.
pretty sure Eugene said in front of all of us that you brought it.
I used
I
one of
don't
my
think that's
special
true.
sweets to give him some health. Yes,
But I didn't die.
you were unconscious of it.
Yes.
But that's not bad.
What exactly... I'm so lost.
I believe you heard the big explosion?
Oh, I was here all night, darling. I didn't hear
So you
anything.
didn't feel the explosion?
No.
Oh, that's
Bassy
what,
sort of
that's what
rumble.
that was.
Does anyone
Oh,
want
yes,
to
that
talk
was
about the
Aura.
disciple?
Yeah, let's talk about that.
What was the plan? What was the plan, Aura? After we had taken the gems, do you have some secret fences that we know about? Do you know how to get gems recut? Do you know about moving stolen goods?
Do you know the 4 C's?
You know the 4 Ds? Was it 5?
5!
Well, we've used them to power things in the past. And we also know a giant coil shard was stolen from one of the guilds.
Which was
thought they
almost
might-
certainly the one that they passed to Debiles, but I get your point.
Yeah,
But we could have reimbursed them.
True.
potentially.
And we might need a favour from people in the long run if this guy's just going to rip a hole in the universe and step out every now and then.
Wait, okay, it was weird. Now it's silly.
It's not silly, darling. This is... I didn't give her the full rundown of what happened last night, so
It
she's
was-
getting pieces of this.
We're not... Are we planning on doing anything today? Because that thing that he did, it's similar to what I do sometimes. And then I'm going to... I'm assuming we're not going to do anything. I still need to sort out some of my background stuff. I'm going to cast Vortex Warp on Clayton. And just like teleport him like 20 feet. And when it happens, like you see the rip in space and that like white rip, and then him appear through it.
Oh, is that similar?
No, I mean, I can see what you mean, but where you described the vortex warp as that tear and then the through it.
Yeah.
What the disciple seemed to do was
It's like a knife and
created
then...
this-
yeah, he kind of it was the thin like metal gauntleted hand reached through and then just kind of like cut through,
Like normal.
and then he almost like he like peeling space time. He stepped through, and then the scar remained.
So it's like a small version of that without it remaining.
When he does that though, I'm going to take my sword out and put it next to it and then be like, not the same thing. Put my sword back.
Okay, I'll say for the Canada's sake that you guys will catch her up.
Yeah.
You don't have to go through everything. So what are you guys going to do today? Are you going to...
I mean,
I need to get a new sword.
who got away from that party that we need to?
There was
Every-
Debiles' assistant. I've forgotten his name.
You'll...
Yuld. He was rummaging through papers and that in the office when me and Eugene found him. I don't know if he got away with anything.
He very easily could have just been looking for money. He could have, if he was in shock, he could have seen an opportunity to try and pilfer anything that he could, rather than maliciously. But I do also still see your point.
Yeah, the master's dead. Yeah,
Farrow went to
take the silverware.
Gaspar's house as well.
Oh yeah, we were going to see him for brunch. We'll see if he turns up. I need to get Zeal to send a message because at least now I've found out who's breaking the 1,000 seals. That's fun.
Kaz is like... starts packing up, putting like a coat on and stuff.
Where are you going?
Well, if Julien knows that you guys are alive, then I want to make sure that...
He only knows that I'm alive as far as we know.
Well, I mean, I can find that out, I hope. The other thing is, I want to know what his moves are. In the next few hours, they may be telling of what his plans are over the next few weeks, and
Can you try and track down the kids? I know they were really into the Debiles stuff. I want to make sure that that they're still alright.
sure.
Oh wait, before you go, and I get my Book of Shadows out, Matt, can you just write your name on that page, please?
Okay. What does the book look like?
It's
been a
it's just a nice leather-bound book that's probably now at this point getting a bit more beat up as time goes
Yeah, a
on.
bit dog-eared on the corners. Okay. Anywhere?
Just at the top of that page.
Yeah. She writes a beautiful script. Closes it.
Take it back, and I write something on the page, and in her head she just says, "I love you."
Do I?
Think
Why?
it?
She thinks I love you.
And that appears on the page. Like, cool, done.
That's cool. I'm just saying that as me.
She takes a glance around the room at what you guys are doing, and then she just leaves. Okay.
So if we have no way of tracking our disciple friend, since they're in another realm, I don't know. Does anyone know anything about rips in space-time?
I know nothing, but my sword will ring, it was ringing a lot in the thing with the rip and then on the ship also.
That would have been good information. Why?
I don't know.
Where's your sword from?
From the sword people.
Is it just a normal sword?
Yeah. Normal sword that's made from my parents' swords.
From the sword people.
Oh, so your parents are sword people. Your parents are sword people? Are they
Your
like
parents
full
are
body swords?
I don't know what you're talking about.
It just seems to me that
I
you've
don't
got
know
a
what
very
you're
special
talking
sword,
about.
and
Or do you know any metals that sing?
Do I know any metals that sing?
No, not. I mean,
Metallica.
not naturally.
Is it something I've ever heard of?
No, I mean, the kind of run-of-the-mill enchantments would have been, that seems a bit benign for it just to ring, for it to sing. It's not something you've heard of before.
Is it in tune? Is it a certain note? Like a E flat, if you will?
It's kind of like a... like a kettle.
Nice. Can you hear it right now?
No, it's never happened before. It only happened on the ship, and then in the thing, and then it did it a bit earlier, but it sounded like leaves. And but it's fine because Eugene and I have come to the conclusion I'm just crazy.
Leaves.
Like
I don't think that was a hypothesis, yes, but I don't think we concluded that you were crazy at all. I wouldn't agree to such a thing.
Yeah, we've been under a lot of stress lately.
so I'm hallucinating.
Potentially, I don't know.
I accept that way too easily.
I'm gonna cast message to Amaya, and I'm just gonna say, are you ready to talk about your family yet?
I just listen and then I'm like,
She thinks she's
do
going
I
crazy. now.
think back or do I speak back?
That one's just a whisper.
No, I say this too.
Jesus, I was trying.
We don't do subtle.
I was trying
No.
to keep it. I was trying not to make you feel uncomfortable. Are you? You ready to talk about who you are yet? Because of
I
all
am
of us, we know a lot about Eugene, and we know probably too much about him. And we told you all like everything about us, and we know a fair bit. I mean, Freya, you're the next one that I'm going to try and break as a topic, but we still know quite a bit about your family history. If you're not ready to talk about it, that's fine. But if that's from your parents' swords, like what the who the fuck are they?
There's not really much to talk about. They're just normal people with jobs.
Do I believe her in any? Is she's
I mean,
Normal jobs and magic swords.
normal jobs,
you're kind
magic
of flying,
swords.
right?
Well, to her, they're normal jobs.
No, you're right. Yeah. So she doesn't.
I could so zone of truth this, but that would be a dick move.
Okay.
I'm gonna let you guys play this out.
They're just like not. They're just normal jobs. But
What are they just like? What is it? What do they call them? Junies? They're just like guards?
no, that's not what my parents' jobs are. I don't really know those people. The Doonies.
So what do they do? Like to us,
Dooney.
to us, crime is like a very normal job. But to you guys, that's weird. So to you, it might just be a normal job, but to us, it might be a cool and interesting job.
Oh no one's a criminal. In my family, I don't think. I don't know. Maybe.
But you never really know until they tell you.
Yeah, exactly. But no, they just.
Oh, you're not one of those criminals as well, are you?
I mean, Eugene, let's be real, you're also a criminal at this point.
I have never committed any such crime, thank you.
You did kill someone yesterday.
Oh no.
Oh no.
I slumped down to have some whiskey.
I roll Eugene a cigarette immediately.
I remember asking you, is this the first person that you've killed? And you're like,
Yep.
yes. Okay, yeah. Eugene just starts drinking silently.
I roll him a cigarette because I know he doesn't have a pipe. There you
I
go.
lost my pipe.
Is that a trap?
What?
Is that true?
Don't just look at me. Is that a
Can I
trap?
ask,
No.
so the like rustling leaves and stuff that I've heard, and then the bird song and stuff that I heard on the boat, was that from the Verdant Range or was that from back home?
I remember it gave you the feeling of the Verdant Range and home and autumn, but it wasn't a specific location. It was more of a kind of mix of memories.
Okay. I don't really know what to say. I don't know.
We can move on.
Do you need me to fill in any info? Or are you...
Well, the only thing is, I don't understand what's happening, and this is
No,
me
in terms
saying
of
this as
parents
a
and stuff.
person.
Alright, in terms of your parents and that.
Oh yeah, I know what they did.
Okay, no, I was just checking that you...
Sorry, my dad was like an inspector, and my mum worked for, the army.
Which army?
Which army?
The one from home.
Which
The
is
Apari army. The Apari army.
Army. Maybe. I'm not on the run or anything. I'm not on the run. I'm being
Not
dramatic.
a fucking another one.
I'm being dramatic.
Do I believe her?
Roll an insight check for those of you who...
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, at this stage I'm just zoned out.
I straight up believe you with a 5. She's on the run.
Hey, 5 as well.
I rolled a 5 too, and
You got away at that big time.
13.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
12.
fine. I would say the DC was low because it was very obvious. So anyone who rolled above an 8.
I may have done, that's still 6.
Yeah, when she said, I'm not on the run, you believe she's on the run. She's at least lying about not being on the run.
Technically, I didn't escape anywhere.
Okay, so on a scale of on the run from your past, on the run from your murderous brother, and just on the run from the law, where do we sit?
So it's not the past,
Sweet.
not a murderous family member that I know of.
Fun. That's always fun.
And what was the third one?
The law?
Oh, no, I haven't broken any laws when I left. Subsequently, when I've been with you guys, probably many laws have been broken, yes.
When you said laws, I just start shaking again.
Maya, who are you on the run from?
Well, I don't know. I was just kind of told to leave very quickly and quietly by some close family members. Like in a kind way, not like a get out of here, like a
Get
leave
out
now.
for your safety.
Yeah. So I don't know.
Are we all running from something here?
I don't know. I didn't really ask questions. I just kind of.
Or running to something
Left.
if you're looking for family members.
Huh.
You'd think that we would be better at cardio.
So,
I held out the whiskey to you.
there really is no
Excellent.
way of knowing why your sword is ringing.
No, I did.
I guess-
I mean, I did make a stop somewhere for like a year.
About that.
Yeah. I worked in a kitchen. It was very
That's right.
peaceful.
Explains a lot.
Oh, I perk up a little bit at that.
It was very peaceful. It was lovely. Then I decided to explore the world and see what other flavours I could find. That's not even
Then you found the taste of blood.
Yeah.
So I guess that's the next thing on tab to the conspiracy. Are we doing a conspiracy board redux, or are we having a new one, or are we
We'll
keeping?
add it for now and see if there's enough material.
There's no way this board is big enough.
No. I mean,
What are we putting on this?
Amaya's crazy sword.
I mean,
Is it like a
I mean, it's useful.
who would know why your
It
sword
rings.
was ringing? That Durana guy seemed to know about your home.
I mean, he might, but he might not, and also he might just go and tell people. There was that other guy who was at the place.
At the ball.
Yeah.
Yeah, he seemed like a
But he's
prick.
probably just going to turn straight back around and be like, this is what I found.
I mean, I
can send Durana a message.
Yeah, from the conversations that we had with Durana, I don't think he's going to turn
Should
you away.
we check in with Ilram, because something definitely was going on.
He's not here, is he?
We don't know. At this point, he might have left. He was staying nearby to the city for a little bit because we weren't convinced that we were done, and then he was like, "Meh."
Then again, they felt
He's like, peace.
they felt the prophet die, like a graven die,
Yeah.
and we just killed another one.
And one was created, so there's a lot of questions about that. I mean,
I feel like their graven detection thing might have blown up in the past, like, couple of weeks.
Yeah, they probably know that
I
something
think
is up.
Ilram will pop up.
something tells me that you might be right.
Yeah.
Do we even know why they were trying to kill a god?
Yep. Kill a god to be a god.
If you
Break
could just
the
make a
seals.
god, why can't you?
And also, I'm gonna use Find Familiar to bring Zeal back. As just
I'm
a
going to hand him a little bit of meat.
How are you doing? Did you get any sleep?
Yeah, that's a bit.
Yeah.
He looks terrible. He's like Pensioner all skeweth.
Oh, did I wake you up?
Hangover food.
Oh, thank you.
You can't hear him. He's just talking to me in my.
Yeah, he's just.
I know,
he's
but
just
I just.
Yeah. Do you want any wine?
No.
No. Okay. Did you happen to hear what that strange disciple man said
Oh yes, yes,
about breaking seals?
yes.
You haven't had a chance to tell your man yet, have you?
Oh no, I told him, but
Good.
he. I mean, he said that it sounded like progress. I mean, he said.
Progress for who?
Fine. We've
Oh,
been
yeah,
trying
sorry.
to find out. I don't know if I've ever told you. If I've actually told you this, in exchange for having the magic that I do have a job. I do have a mission, and it's finding out who's breaking the 1,000 seals and stopping them. And I think we just found out who did it. So I think he means progress in the terms of, well, at least we know who's doing it.
But do we know who's doing it though?
Well, yeah, because it's the disciples clearly trying to
But a
break it.
disciple is normally a disciple of something.
Well, this is the other thing.
So it gets worse.
Is that we were warned about somewhat. Let me find the many messages that I sent about this. Please hold
So you guys all heard what the disciple said before he left, which was, "The seals will. I am weak. The seals will fall. The towers will once again light the way for the worthy, and you shall not live to see it."
Do we have a list of these seals?
No, and that's half the fucking problem, is that all we know is that somebody is trying to break them, and as things break, the things in where the Enigmora lives break down. This is about...
Yes, it's terrible. Terrible. Oh, they can't hear me.
They can't hear. You talk and I will just recount.
See, my large concern about this, because apparently I can do maths, is that this is 166 seals to find each to stop them breaking. And that seems like a lot of work for 6 people.
But he said it was a great seal, right? So what if it doesn't matter if it's all of them, if it's just the pillar ones? I can't find the exact message that I sent, actually.
The food lady is right. There's a lot, but they're not all important. It's the great ones.
It's only the great ones. Sorry, I'm just borrowing your phone because I'll be able to
Well, how
find
many great ones are there?
I don't know.
it. He
You
doesn't
tell her. I
know.
don't know. Yeah.
Do I remember something like the seal being broken, the eternal flood? I'm trying to find it in my notes.
No.
I used to have a timeline.
I couldn't remember if that was.
Would there be anything from like the lore or history from the Opari that talks about seals or anything like that?
Roll a history check.
I would like to do one also
For what?
for the Juness, Church of Juness.
What? And seals?
Yeah.
Okay. Roll a religion check.
So while we're doing that, from my memory, we know of the disciple because that's who the guy on the boat told us about. He told us to find the disciple, which that all tracks. Something about the marbled skin. But the prophet did mention a guy with marble skin because Ruthie remembers, because I asked if it sounded like the guy from the Subtle House. He said that was a good estimation. And it said, the Graven said, it smells of him. The coilstone that we gave to the Graven. So...
There was a race of scholars made of stone.
There's also...
The Serene Man.
And there's also the TLR, which is the people who were...
TLR race.
Very good. Which they were the people with marbled skin and ancient people who were at war with themselves.
1 sec, and Azil disappears.
I got an 11.
What the fuck?
An 11 on your history check for Apari and seals.
Yeah.
With an 11, you remember that they used to use seals on newly created swords. So part of the ritual involving the combination of the parent blades, the new gifted service blade would have had a seal on it. But
how would that seal have been broken?
On the first drawing of the sword, so it was broken when the sword was drawn. Okay. But in terms of magical seals...
The only thing I know about the seals themselves is that they are, correct me if I'm wrong, is that they are like events. Certain things have to happen at certain times. Like you can't, like...
Yes.
It's not like...
It's like an objective.
Yeah.
To break a seal is what the igniting Mora said, isn't it?
Yeah.
To break a seal requires you to complete some kind of task. Yeah, that's exactly
so someone's just fucking...
Would we make the assumption that was one of them?
Well, I guess it depends if it was a specific person had to do it. To kill a god with the death, he invokes the breaking of the Great Seal, is what your man said. The disciple said, not your man, unless we're changing that. I need to stop saying that. Well, your man is still a god. We've also got anointed and unanointed and unconsecrated. We are one and the same.
I'll change it now if you want. Please. I've got the note here.
There was something Enthor said. I don't know if it was meant it was the seals, but they halted the expansion of the edge and sort of the entanglement of all these places like were held by something to, I don't know, stop them colliding or falling apart.
Hang on, hold up. Hold the fucking phone. Fuck off. 1,000 seals, esoteric, magic, and fact and story written into the entanglement by the last orders of the ones above. Older than the Graven Crisis, the seals exist in physical locations, but breaking them is related to specific events. Moulded at the hands of Septum Carl, the lawkeeper, to hide the secrets and the mistakes in the creation of the entanglement. And my understanding of what I have written, which may be wrong, is that it's either that the seals contributed to the Great Unbinding, or it was the mistakes in the entanglement that led to the Great Unbinding. I literally just have an arrow that says Great Unbinding.
And the seals were put in place to stop everything unraveling.
The seals were there to hide all the mistakes they made.
And they could be in physical locations.
They are in physical locations, but breaking them is related to specific events, which I guess explains why why they went after specifically Debiles, is because it had to happen here.
What did you roll?
So does that mean there's a physical seal near here, or was?
What were you rolling on? 4? It was religion check for the
16.
Juness and seals.
Yeah.
16. You don't necessarily, when it comes to the word seal, it's not necessarily related to Juness, but one thing you do recall from a really kind of obscure bit of doctrine was that Juness of all of the Shining Servants, which are kind of like the tier below those old unworshipped ones above. You know, they were kind of the Shining Servants, are the kind of caretaker gods even, after very, very old events took place. And Juness was always on the fringes of control. She never really believed in the control of sealing away things and protecting things. It was much more about freedom and about becoming who you're supposed to be, regardless, shedding away shackles rather than putting them on people. And so it almost makes you think of that. She was against the chaining of things, against the sealing away of things. But in terms of the actual event, the Thousand Seals, and there's not really anything that you recall.
The other thing is that the seals themselves are a learnable magic. So you can learn how to make seals. You can do, that's the thing you can learn how to do. But obviously...
Do we need a trip to the library again?
I got everything I could out of the library when I went last time, because that's what I researched then.
We need a different library.
We need a different library.
Do we need to move city?
We probably do.
That was something. that was something I was going to mention. Are we safe here anymore?
Probably not.
Potentially not. No.
If the gangs take control.
Yeah.
But also,
It won't be all of them. It will just be Julien doing whatever the fuck that old
He's
shitbag
going
is
to go
doing.
underground, isn't he?
Well,
No.
I met
No, he's not.
Batista, my uncle. He found me at the ball, and he told me that Julian's control of the Syndicate is absolute. So I don't think he has no need to go underground really.
I wouldn't be surprised if we found out that the new Duke of Dustmere was going to be Julien. I wouldn't be surprised. I'm not saying it would happen. I wouldn't be surprised if it did.
so
I wouldn't
really,
either.
you two aren't safe. Yeah.
Well, she'll be alright for a little bit longer, but the thing is,
If you're not safe, then we're not.
here's the thing. I don't think he's afraid of us anymore. I don't think he cares.
Yeah.
Whatever he did to me yesterday, he knows he can take me out easy.
Yeah,
I'm not a threat to him. I don't think he cares.
Yeah, Batista said he bound himself to something, the labyrinthine. I don't know, that's maybe...
That little bastard can't even do his own magic.
It's maybe something...
Fucking copying his older sibling.
It's maybe something to look at, maybe check the library here, but I don't know. Maybe go somewhere else.
Roll a history check. I was about to say, he kind of bamps back. So you're mid-convo about the labyrinth, and he goes, and as you see him on the table in front of you, he's got this scroll, and it's kind of unraveled, and then the bottom of it is disappearing. It's like fragmenting off, like old brittle
Is
paper.
it like getting rid? Is it like actively breaking?
And it's sublimating into the forgotten, and it's like breaking apart. And he's like, "This is not long. So you were talking about the people of stone, and then I was remembered something, but it's going, and it's not that the people of stone were not called. Oh." And it's like almost going, and he says they were called the Eurakos and not the Serene Man.
No. They were called the Eurakos.
And then it just disappears.
And not the what?
Serene.
He said the Serene Man.
Hello, sir. Hello, sir.
I don't
Wandering nobodies.
What does a...
That was a 4 on history, by the way.
Yeah, no.
The Eurakos are in fairy whispers called wandering nobodies, but think they have more to do with coilstones, I believe. Am I correct in piecing that bit together? This is for you.
Okay, what was the question?
Because the reason I'm asking is because I have Eurakos across the page from my notes from Stones from a Little Life and a Little Death, which were all about coilstones. Are they actually related as well, or?
I've got it from when something about the corruption in the prophet's heart cannot be cleansed. Something to do with the Eurakos magic.
Yeah, and the Eurakos are wandering nobodies, and the Eurakos were also, I think, something. Oh, hang on. Where's my notes on Folly of Chrysalem? Because Folly of Chrysalem's a fairy whisper, right?
Mm-hmm. It was an old book that you found in the
Where did I
Aramani,
read
and it
it?
was written in Salnari.
Which is why I didn't read it for fucking ages. Because I couldn't read it until I read it, didn't I?
You did.
You read all of them.
Yeah, you read everything. Yeah.
Why are there so many notes? Can you recap me on
Which one?
the Folly of Chrysalem?
Yeah. Folly of Chrysalem is quite long. There once lived a race of great scholars so wise they were that their skin was made from stone, smooth to weather the ages. So powerful they were, they crafted their home in glass that never dulled. They wielded magics and relics of a golden time long past. It was with such power they built a device that could peer through the walls of the worlds themselves. With all but a quick turn of a lens, they used it to look into the different spheres that layered themselves upon one another, and they learned more and more about the world they had helped create. Being scholars, they mapped it, and soon they had mapped every place, every secret, and so they turned the lenses to another task, to seek out and cleanse the world of seeping chaos. And in their success, they created an imbalance. But the scholars did not care, for the chaos was destructive, and they were creatures of creation and of order. But they were also creatures of boundless curiosity, and so even with their chaos deeds done, they were not satisfied. They wished to know more. First, they turned their lenses inward, to seek out the deeper things of the entangled worlds, but even from their great gaze, such places remained hidden. Frustrated, they turned their lens outward once again, to look further this time. They shone their eye out beyond the entanglement, seeking anything in the speckled darkness, and eventually, inevitably, they found something. As scholars, they spied on it, unbridled in their voyeurism, safe in the knowledge that they were powerful and so very far away. And so they watched as naughty children as this life form fed from the glistening chaos of unstable stars. They looked upon it, and the creature looked back. And with all but a meeting of gazes, the first stone tumbled. It was not a pebble on a great mountain, but it was not a pebble. I always stumble on this bit. It was not but a pebble on a great mountainside, but it would collide and send others tumbling too, until it cascaded into a great unbinding of all things.
Is that why the seals were created, to stop whatever is beyond that coming here? And has it found a way to make contact?
I think the seals date back before that. I think the seals are more about preventing chaos, keeping some semblance of order and not breaking everything.
So when you break all the
Then-
seals, you create chaos.
Well, the more you break, the more chaos you bring in, right?
One thing I would say is from the timeline I gave you guys, I don't think that the Great Unbinding was even on there. It was far.
It was
further
the
back.
Great Unbinding was 10,000 years ago, and the
And I've just
entanglement
gotten
was 100,000 years ago.
Yeah, and next to the Great Unbinding, I've just got 1,000 seals there as well.
Was to fix the Great Unbinding.
Yeah.
It was to fix what happened, yeah.
Yeah.
But
I've got a bit about the Eurekos from Prisms of Creation as well. And the Wandering Nobodies, Eurekos and their children, all the same creatures.
My brain hurts.
Yeah, mine too. Was Prisms of Creation about the seals?
was that a book?
Yeah.
Can't remember what was in it now.
Like, is the
Unlike
phrase
Wild, a
prism-
book that I didn't have.
is Prisms of Creation like is that a seal? Is
Prisms
that
of
the
Creation
word for a
was
seal?
another name for the Eurekos.
Oh, okay, so the Prisms of Creation, Stone, Wandering Nobodies, Stone Judges, Eurekos are all the same creatures.
That's correct.
Yeah.
That's the list of names that I was very smart about. I don't know if you told us about it, but didn't you meet a stone guy in your vision?
Yeah, I would have told them about Enthor and everything he said, which there's with the wound, there's a combination of divine and malignant. I think he's trapped inside the edge. He helped halt the expansion of it. And time in there doesn't work the same as it does here. He said he's been there for years. He said to find out about the Serene Men and hold the flood. I don't know if breaking the seals is starting to unleash that flood. Something about the Serene Men being the unbroken warriors of the Oath of Serenity. There were two leaders, the last king of the Vidaean Empire.
Because the Vidaeans do still exist. The Vidaeans are, well, we work with them, or we used to. Yaldrin do. They are the people that we found on the boat. Everyone who was murdered on the boat, the elven looking ones, because there was orcs on the boat as well. The more elven looking ones, they are Vidaeans. They do still exist.
Are they from Bird and Range, or is that just coincidence?
Oh yeah, no, that's just... So the Vidaeans were the other people of the split when the Basilman Empire split into the Isildians and the Vidaeans, and then the Isildians destroyed them.
Where is the Bird and Range?
It's to the east of the Empire. It's a massive expanse of forest.
What are the people who live there called?
It's just forest. So it's the boundary between the Isildian Empire and the Epari.
So it's not really where anyone lives?
Not really. I mean, there are people that would live there, but they're no specific.
It's not like a race of people who
Yeah, it's like a border lands. So
I'm only asking because sometimes when the sword has done the weird stuff, it's kind of like the stuff from the Bird and Range, like leaves and birds and stuff.
Do you have a connection to that?
It's maybe where I was for a year. Maybe. But you didn't hear it from me.
what have you been doing this time? I know you've been quite quiet. So while they've been talking conspiracy.
Confused.
So have you been doing anything like we were talking about your sword a moment ago, or have you just been sat listening?
Just listening, because I'm confused.
Okay, so I would say while you were sat listening, confused.
I feel like Eugene may have joined me in this.
Oh, I'm just sat having whiskey and...
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just keep periodically rolling cigarettes and passing them to Eugene.
I would say during the kind of more blurred moments of their conspiracizing, if that's a word, you hear the murmuring again. Very faint, distant, and almost like leaves running over your blade, but you can't really feel it. It's more of a sound that's echoing in your head. And then there's a moment later you see out the corner of your eye something rolling in front of you, and then another one from the other side, and they're brown and orange leaves. And it kind of puts you in a strange little trance as you watch these leaves rolling in, and then another one rolls in, and eventually there's a small pile of leaves in front of you on the floor, and one of the leaves twitches and moves, and something stands up from within. A tiny, tiny bird that's no bigger than your thumb, and it's made of hair-thin twigs, little veins of leaves, and chips of bark, and it hops about like a wagtail, cocks its head at you, flitting back and forth, and it says, "Find me, fix me."
Oh, okay, this is like the fourth time this has happened. Guys, I just had another, thing.
You run. It's still on the side. The leaves are gone, but it's kind of on the side behind you. Why you run?
There's a bird behind me that's made out of twigs, and it's asking me why I'm running, and that I need to find it and fix it.
I look up at that.
Is there a bird?
Can we see anything?
And it flits onto your shoulder,
Okay, it's on my shoulder.
Which shoulder? And I'm like, getting ready to smack it.
I point to my left shoulder, like, don't hurt it.
Okay.
Can I do a
Can I-
detect magic?
I was going to do Divine Sense
Oh, you're both.
as well.
Okay, but both of you.
I'm kind of hyperventilating because this is freaking me out.
I'll pass you the whiskey again.
I like shakily take the whiskey and take a swig.
I'm just gonna cast it. I'm not gonna.
Okay, immediately cast it.
Yeah, I'm just going to drop Divine Sense.
You're going to cast Divine Sense.
Just my ability.
Which and it detects good.
Detects good and evil. I can sense anything affected by the hallowed spell or know the location of any celestial fiend or undead within 60 feet who's not behind cover.
Okay. This has a faint glow of good. Whatever this thing is, it's not an evil entity. There is a very faint mist that surrounds Amaya on both shoulders, like a fog around her sword, and that has this shimmer of good. And what were the other things? It tells you if it's a celestial,
If anything affected by the hallowed spell or the location of any celestial fiend or undead.
it's none of those things. So it's just the faint glow of good, and from a detect magic, the sword glows of enchantment, and maybe that same fog that you see wrapping, it almost kind of bleeds out for a moment. You've never seen that happen before. And in that moment, when they're looking at your sword, like in confusion, it says, "You ran. Why? Your father ran." That's when I broke. And that's when we're going to end today's session. Thanks for joining us. You can follow us on Twitter or Instagram and listen to us wherever you get your podcasts.